I guess we'll focus maybe a bit more now onto Roma this season. What were your expectations, obviously before the season, before we get into like recent performances and stuff? Like Carlo, what was your expectation, before the season started, with obviously bringing on such a iconic figure in Mourinho as your coach, getting some other pieces in the Mercato, and just guys getting healthy again, right, in Zaniolo. So just overall expectations and where they are right now after match day 15. Is this kind of where you saw them, or just your thoughts on all that?
Well, first of all, I want to say every time I tell an Italian person my name's Carlo with a K, they're all like, "What? What are you talking about with a K? Like, what?"
We said the same thing.
No,
we said the same thing.
Carlo. Everyone calls me Carlo with a K now. Every Italian I know. Anyway, yeah, my expectations. Obviously, when you get Jose, everyone gets really excited. You know what I mean? But the reality is, this team, it needs time. And it's so hard to like when you lose a couple games. Everyone's like, what is going on? Jose you guys should be top 3, whatever. And it's just like, it's not like how our team has been last season and how it is now. It's not much different. We've gotten some guys, but it's going to take time. My expectation, obviously, like I would love top 4. I think if guys stay healthy, we get Spinazzola back. I think that is a potential top 4 team. However, right now, I think we are maybe where we should be, 5th, 6th. Because you look at teams like Fiorentina. I know Juve is having a tough time right now, but they're a good team. Anytime you face Juventus,
no,
yeah,
don't say that. Don't say that. Just let them.
Hey, I know, I understand, but I'm just saying, where we are right now, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take a couple of transfer markets. It's gonna take a couple guys like Tammy, Zaniolo to really start heating up because, as far as the season goes, I think the thing that's lacking for us is just putting away these goals, putting away these chances. I don't think what I really like about this team is under a Jose side, guys are going to play hard every game. I can't say that these guys aren't playing hard. I just think we're just lacking quality, and we're a couple players away that gives us that stability. Because if you look at our record right now, I think it's 8 wins and 6 losses and 1 draw. So that just shows that it's either a win or get nothing. I think if you add a couple more players, you can get some points. You know what I mean? We tied Napoli out of all teams, and then you lose to a Bologna in a really scrappy game. I think if you get a couple, maybe more players that can control the game a little bit more, I think you can just grind out some points. The classic Jose style. But that being said, it's up to everybody just to make quality chances count. Like you got to put them in the net, and that's just, I think it'll come. I think it's very frustrating right now, and I understand, but I never want to go too much on either side. I kind of like staying in the middle. And we'll see. Like I said, they said it's a project. I'll trust them. I think the ownership's been great. I think Jose is actually, I don't know if I've ever seen a more understanding Jose Mourinho in my life. So I love it. He apparently loves the guys. He said guys are there. They're 100% in. So yeah, I just think it's important to call a spade. Right now we're 5th. Maybe that's where we should be right now.
And I got like a 2-parter kind of question to follow up with that, because you touched upon something that I found that I personally was mulling over many times, and like it's a 2-parter because this main point is really in relation to just the offense in general. Do you feel like as if maybe offensively we always seem to be snake bitten? Besides like Abraham's goal last game, like it just seems the guy always can't catch a break for his life, hitting crossbars or posts or whatnot, and he's getting these deadly chances and he just can't finish them. So like my question in general, and it's not just him, we've seen Mkhitaryan's like balls over the crossbar many times, and Lopez like shots from far, just nowhere near target sometimes. Like, do you think maybe this team's snake bitten in terms of an offense? And my second follow-up question to that is that, so today, Tammy Abraham, speaking of offense, got that really, really, really silly yellow card, and he's going to miss the Inter game. I wanted to get your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, in any sport, you need luck, right? Sometimes things just happen like that. How many times has Tammy, I don't know if you guys watched, but Tammy Abraham has hit the post, I think, like 7 times. That to me is 7 goals. And then he has a penalty that's disallowed after, I don't even know what happened there. They waited like 10 minutes and he's standing ready to kick the ball and they take it away from him. So again, he could be in double digits goals right now, like for all we know. So yeah, I think that plays into it, you know. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. But again, I think they'll come. I think they'll start hitting these goals. Like, it can't happen like this forever, you know. He's doing the right things. As far as the refs, I mean, again, it's one of those things. Yeah, I thought the yellows, like, there's no consistency from just SerieA refs in general. I feel it's not, to me. I know it's a big thing. We always feel like it's against Roma, but watching the other games, I'm like, how is that a penalty and how is that not a penalty? You know, where are these yellow cards from? What's going on right now? So yeah, it's a huge talking point because, you know, now Tammy misses the Saturday game. You know what I mean? And it feels like Roma now twice. We lost Pellegrini for the derby, right? Same situation, crazy yellow that shouldn't have been a yellow. But yeah, but again, if we put our goals away and refs kind of make these decisions, you know, as long as we go away with the 3 points, it'll hurt less. I think just now, because we're not getting the points, and you know what I mean, and we're losing or whatever, it hurts even more, and that's what I feel. And yeah, but I think it's just refereeing in general. I think there needs to be a accountability on these calls. They need to explain why they're doing this, and there should be a way to appeal more of these calls, because, you know, at the end of the day, if you want SerieA to grow and you're taking away all the star players of yellows that aren't yellows, I think it just hurts everyone, to be honest with you.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And looking at these past 2 games, so you said it before, Roma with their record, it's either a win or a loss. You know, you look at the season, they started 3 wins in a row. You know, everyone's, you know, got pretty hyped from that. And then loss, win, loss, win, loss. The draw against Napoli, win, losses against Milan and Venezia, and then win against Genoa, win against Torino, and then loss against Bologna. So a lot of inconsistency. They haven't won more than 2 games in a row since the beginning of the season. They've they followed up what, 4 or 5 wins with a loss. So is that kind of what you saw this weekend? Like, talk to us about these 2 games against Torino and against Bologna, and maybe was it like some of that inconsistency creeping in?
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, with those games, it's obviously hard not playing with a guy like Pellegrini, first and foremost. I mean, I think he offers so much. He offers these chances. He offers these great plays that can just win you these games and help other guys. And obviously, every injury is a part of the game. Things happen. I think Roma's just trying to figure out who they are and how they want to play and what players can really play for them and what can't. You know, I mean, it's December, January market's coming, so I'm expecting some turnaround. You know, I just felt, you know, the Torino game was a grind out game, was a physical game, just like today. We committed twice the amount of fouls as Bologna, even though it was a hell of a physical game. It just ended. One game we won 3 points, the other we didn't, off an amazing shot, by the way. But yeah, it's like, again, it's one of those things. It's like, I looked at the stats and, like, we're taking a lot of categories away from these teams. We're out shooting them. You know what I mean? We have possession. We have all these things going. It's just we're not winning games, and that to me is just, we're just not finishing. There's something going on psychologically, which is weird for a Jose Mourinho team to have. But again, I think it's just growing pains. Like I said, I think that's why we're inconsistent. There's a lot of things going on. We just got to find out. Again, I think we're a midfielder away and maybe a right back, because guys like Karsdorp are playing so many minutes. That's some wear and tear. Guys just can't keep up like that if we don't have any backup for them as well. I think like teams like Inter or Milan have just more depth, and they're able to stay maybe more fresh and, you know what I mean, pull out these wins. For a team like Roma, you know, every game it looks like it's a grind. And I think as Roma fans, I think what we're just more frustrated about is, like, why can't we just go out there and just dominate? Like, just win 3-0 and just that's it, you know? You don't know, and that shows the record, right? The inconsistencies. It's either win or lose. You tied a great Napoli team, you know? but it's either win or lose. And yeah, I think it's consistency, trying to figure out how you want to play and all of that to give you the longest answer ever. But yeah,